6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says the 26th Constitutional Amendment will be a milestone for economic and political stability in the country. The Minister for Industries will represent Pakistan at the Multilateral Industrial Policy Forum beginning in Riyadh tomorrow. At the United Nations, Pakistan has opposed the proposed treaty banning production of fissile material. The 31st anniversary of Beej Bahara martyrs is being observed in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir today. The United States has asked India for quick accountability in the Sikh leader's assassination plot case. In the men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup in Oman, Pakistan Shaheens will face the United Arab Emirates tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has said the 26th Constitutional Amendment passed by the Parliament with two-thirds majority will prove to be a milestone for the economic and political stability and development of the country. Chairing the Federal Cabinet meeting in Islamabad today, he highlighted the delays faced by the people in legal matters, expressing the confidence that the constitutional amendment envisaging the establishment of constitutional benches will provide prompt and easy justice to them. The Prime Minister said the constitutional amendment is also an accomplishment of the vision outlined in the Charter of Democracy. He said the draft of the constitutional amendment was adopted after extensive deliberations with the political parties, including those in the opposition. Shahbaz Sharif also expressed satisfaction over the gradual improvement in the economic situation. He said the inflation has come down to 6.9%, while the policy rate has also decreased substantially and it is expected to decline further. Voicing serious concern over the relentless Israeli atrocities in Gaza and Lebanon, the Prime Minister called for an immediate ceasefire and an end to the bloodshed of innocent people. Shahbaz Sharif said a comprehensive program has been developed to deliver humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza and Lebanon. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has once again appealed to the nation, especially the affluent ones, to actively donate to the Prime Minister's Relief Fund for Gaza and Lebanon. Chairing a review meeting in Islamabad regarding aid being sent by Pakistan to Gaza and Lebanon, he said the people, including overseas Pakistanis, should support the government in helping Palestinian and Lebanese brothers and sisters. Shahbaz Sharif instructed to conduct a full awareness campaign regarding the Prime Minister's Relief Fund for Gaza and Lebanon. The Minister of State for Information Technology and Telecommunications, Shahza Fatma Khwaja, has said technical training is vital for the capacity building of the telecom operators. She was talking to the Chief Executive Officer, Asia Pacific Network Information Center, Singapore, Mr. Chia Rong Lo, who called on her in Islamabad today. Matters of mutual interest relating to capacity building of telecommunication operators were discussed during the meeting. The Chief Executive Officer briefed the Minister of State about the working of APNIC. He said APNIC wants to start training program regarding networking for telecom operators. The meeting agreed to forge a comprehensive plan for the training of telecommunication operators. Meanwhile, the Pakistan ambassador to Germany, Saklan Sayyeda, called on the Minister of State, Shahza Fatma Khwaja. The two-day Multilateral Industrial Policy Forum begins in Riyadh tomorrow. The Minister for Industries and Production, Rana Tanveer Hussain, has left for Saudi Arabia to represent Pakistan at the forum. On the sidelines, the minister will also hold meetings with the Saudi authorities. The Senate briefly met today at the Parliament House in Islamabad with the presiding officer, Irfanul Haq Siddiqui, in the chair. At the outset, a lack of quorum was pointed out, upon which the chair adjourned the House to meet again on Friday at 10:30 in the morning. At the United Nations, Pakistan has reaffirmed its opposition to the proposed treaty banning the production of fissile material used as fuel for nuclear weapons. Speaking in the United Nations General Assembly, Pakistan's Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Usman Iqbal Jadoon, said the states that do not need to produce enriched uranium after having already amassed several tons of it in excess are pushing for this discriminatory pact. Ambassador Usman Iqbal Jadoon reiterated Pakistan's commitment to the goal of a nuclear weapons-free world. This is Radio Pakistan. The Sindh Chief Minister Syed Murad Ali Shah says Pakistan and Iran enjoy historical and cultural relations which are strengthening with the passage of time. He was talking to Iran's Consul General Hassan Nooreen and Vice Consul General Ali Khosrow, who called on him in Karachi today. During the meeting, bilateral relations, promotion of trade, and other issues of bilateral interest came under discussion. Both the sides also discussed issues relating to the start of a ferry service between Karachi to Charbagh to facilitate pilgrims and students. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the 31st anniversary of Bij Behara martyrs is being observed today. Over 50 innocent Kashmiris were martyred in Bij Behara area of Islamabad, Anantnag district on this day in 1993 when the personnel of the Indian Border Security Force opened fire on peaceful demonstrators who were protesting against Indian military siege of Srinagar's Hazrat Bal Shrine. Meanwhile, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference, paying rich tributes to the martyrs of Bij Behara massacre, called for an impartial investigation into the Bij Behara massacre and similar atrocities committed by the Indian forces in the Held Valley. The United States has asked India for quick accountability in the Sikh leader assassination plot case. The British news agency Reuters quoted an American official as saying that the United States has communicated clearly to India that it would not satisfy until meaningful accountability. The development comes after the American Justice Department found alleged involvement of an Indian intelligence official in a failed assassination plan of dual American-Canadian citizen Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon, who was a Sikh separatist. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has called for sustained facilitation of humanitarian missions and protection of civilians, healthcare workers, and humanitarian staff in Gaza. In a written statement, the World Health Organization Media Unit raised serious concerns over growing violence and restrictions on humanitarian access to civilians trapped in northern Gaza. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has reiterated the call for immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Talking to newsmen in New York, the United Nations Deputy Spokesperson Farhan Haq said the United Nations chief is deeply alarmed by the rapidly deteriorating situation for civilians in northern Gaza. He said civilians must be protected at all times and violations of international law are unacceptable. Meanwhile, in a post on X, the United Nations Relief Coordination Office has urged Israeli authorities to allow immediate access to northern Gaza to rescue dozens of civilians trapped under the rubble. American envoy in Beirut, Amos Hochstein, says Washington seeks an end to the war in Lebanon after holding talks in Beirut with Lebanese leader of the parliament, Nabi Berri. The American envoy stressed that the United States is seeking a lasting resolution to the crisis. Meanwhile, over 13 people were killed and dozens injured in Israeli strikes on Beirut today. And now cricket. In the men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup in Oman, Pakistan Shaheens will face the United Arab Emirates tomorrow. The match will start at 2 in the afternoon. Earlier, Pakistan Shaheens had defeated Oman by 74 runs. The third and last test match between Pakistan and England will be played in Rawalpindi from Thursday. The match will start at 10 in the morning. The three-match series is level 1-1. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, cloudy weather conditions with rain, wind, thunderstorm is likely at isolated places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Potohar region, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official